Speaks. This is your April 2019 general reading for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you have the Nine of Pentacles as your overall energy with the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Fool card with the Three of Swords, and the Strength card with the Page of Wands. So what I'm seeing here is that you may be single and independent, financially stable. You may be walking away from old emotions or arguments that you may have had in the past towards something more emotionally fulfilling, turning your back on certain situations and making some choices this month in regards to some options that you have. You may be trying to take a leap of faith away from situations that may have caused heartache and disappointment, and gathering the strength to really look at the details of situations and what it is that you want to do moving forward, what actions you want to take, what new beginnings do you want to make for yourself, and what options are going to be viable options, understanding that not all options are good options, but really turning your back on those options that aren't fulfilling for you. And this is about you communicating with someone about this situation or about certain situations, and this is requiring you to be very blunt, be very straightforward, taking swift action in order to walk away from old emotions or situations that you put in a lot of emotional effort into, and looking at your options when it comes to what you want to bring in moving forward, so that you can take a leap of faith towards something that is more emotionally fulfilling and overcome this disappointment or heartache that you may have faced previously. So now you're looking at the details, because now you've gathered the courage in order to make some decisions and take certain actions this month. With that, we have third eye chakra. I see. This is about you seeing your way forward, seeing what it is that you need to say, seeing a situation for what it is, and taking the actions necessary, swift actions, making the communications necessary moving forward, because you see what it is that you need to do in order to rectify situations. We got a card to fill. You have the Seven of Cups. Again, this is about having multiple options. So you really do have a lot of options when it comes to what it is that you can do. Or you may be very confused about what direction to take in a situation. But I feel like these are multiple options. You see that you have options. You see that you can take certain steps in order to move forward. And you see that some of those options aren't good options, as I said before. And you're turning your back on some of those situations with the Three of Wands being here. You have several cards here indicating turning your back on certain options and situations moving forward. So we have the Fool and the Three of Swords indicating taking a leap of faith out of situations that bring heartbreak and disappointment. And with that, we have the Lovers, or love. This is about collaborations, partnerships, contracts that you may have with particular individuals, taking the leap of faith out of anything that was disappointing when it comes to relationships, partnerships, and contracts, and moving forward. So this may be a job situation, having multiple options when it comes to jobs, when it comes to relationships, or what have you, and taking the leap of faith towards or out of situations that have brought you heartbreak, disappointment, unable to work together with particular individual, people who aren't able to make choices, or anything that causes you to feel confused when it comes to making choices, or disappointment when it comes to a choice that you may have to make or may have made. But you see that you have options in love, and that you have a sense of what it is that you want moving forward and what it is that you don't want. So you're taking leaps of faith in order to explore those options this month. Then we have the Five of Swords. This is walking away from situations you thought were good for you, but understanding and having the strength to understand that certain situations aren't good for you. Also, this may be mind games and manipulations, and seeing the details of a situation. Having the strength and the courage enough to recognize those manipulations. Having the courage and strength to recognize when you need to walk away from a situation, or anything that causes you conflict. Recognizing the things that's causing you conflict, looking at the details, having the strength to evaluate situations that aren't going to be good for you. Situations that may be lose-lose situations, or situations where someone wins and someone loses. So this could be a situation where, for instance, If you stay in a particular job situation, you're comfortable there, but you're not getting paid what you deserve. Or being in a situation where you're getting paid what you deserve, but you got to work extra hard in order to get what it is that you deserve out of a situation. Or there's a lot of manipulation in order to. There's a lot of manipulation and a lot of manipulation happening in an environment, and you're seeing that, and you're having the strength to take a leap of faith out of those situations and explore your options. You are the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, as a 7-4, is about stability financially. This is usually a person who is single and has financial stability and growth. And things may move a little slowly as you begin to progress out of certain situations, but you will progress and have stability this month. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the darkest fears. This is the Nine of Swords, indicating there's some fear and some worry around, like I said, some of these actions that you may have to take, or some of these situations where there's manipulation within a relationship or within a job situation, and it's heartbreaking, but you're understanding and seeing the situation for what it is. And with that, you have the Eight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Like I said, taking definitive action to walk away from situations that are not emotionally fulfilling in order to find emotionally fulfilling situations, whether this is a job situation or a relationship. With unconditional love and guidance for the month of April 2019. What is the message for Sagittarius? What is the advice for Sagittarius for April 2019 when it comes to this situation? What is the advice with unconditional love and guidance for April 2019? Impatience, renewal, acceptance. At the bottom of the deck, we have soulmate. You know what it is that you need to be patient with. The people you need to be patient with in regards to moving forward, the situations you need to be patient in regards to moving forward, but you know there is a renewal coming. You do not have to accept things for what they are, but you do have the option to choose something different, is what the acceptance card is talking about. You in this option that you're choosing, and this is within your environment, these are a lot of red cards. And patience is a card of communication. So this in thoughts. So you may be impatient towards having a renewal. Be impatient when it comes to wanting things to start over. But understand that if a situation is stagnant or isn't growing, you already know where you can go next. You already know what it is that you can do in order to manifest what it is that you want. This is about you accepting things for what they are and making the decisions necessary in order to move out of that energy, especially if there's things that you are not happy with in terms of your job or in terms of relationship, those things that cause fear and worry, those mental issues that may be within a relationship, or those mental issues that may be within a job situation that cause you fear, that cause you worry. There's some manipulation or some win-lose situations where one person wins but the other person loses, and it's like you have to make certain decisions in order to maintain your stability, and accepting what you cannot change, but changing the things that you can, and seeing that this month in order to regain a sense of renewal. And be patient with yourself when making these decisions as you move forward, understanding you don't have to rush into anything, with the Knight of Swords being here. And also, you don't have to rush out of anything, but you see that there's some communication that there needs to be had. But be patient when it comes to moving forward and away from situations, because there may be some information that you need to gather first, is what I'm getting in terms of this Three of Wands. And there are some options that you have to choose from, so carefully choose your options is what I'm hearing. Carefully choose what it is that you want moving forward, what you know will be the best outcome or will bring you the best outcome this month, and face your fears in regards to your independence, whether you want to remain independent and go off on your own and take care of your own situations, or you want to collaborate with others. Maybe there's a fear of commitment which keeps you independent, or maybe there is a fear of being alone that keeps you in relationships that you are not, that are not good for you, with the Five of Swords. So this is about you gathering the strength to look at the details of your life and what it is that you want moving forward, and talking to your higher self about how you can bring a sense of renewal and understanding. You don't have to accept a situation for what it is. You can actually move away from that situation, but be patient with yourself as you make these choices this month. You do have the courage. You do see what's going on. You do have multiple options. You may be a little confused about them, but be patient when making those options. Weigh things up carefully and take the time to realize what you need to cut out in order to bring about the best outcomes for yourself this month. So I hope these messages were helpful to you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Let me know how these videos are resonating for you. And if you'd like a personal reading, my information is in the description box. Thank you so much to my new and my previous subscribers for watching. And until next time.